Yep. Having landed at the Hulk of Oars, you and your fellow exiles now anticipate the hour that the rites are to commence again. What do you think, Tizo? Don't I look just like Mr. Hedwin? Yes, the portrait is exactly the same as if he was wearing his mask himself. Tizo is worried that Hedwin is still feeling unwell. Although Jodariel did say he was getting better, if somewhat slowly. Wait, I think... What's that? Oh. This must be a worm. Yes, it is a worm. A serpentine creature emerges from the water, followed by several others of its kind. You recognise it as a worm of the Sea Dominion. What they are all doing here, you see playing by their ritual raiments. The nearest one somehow loosens its mask. Does it have hands? Does it unmask itself with its tail? Oh. Okay. Good sirs, and good ladies. So it is you that heed the summons to glorious competition against this knight and his brigade. Oh, are you the leader of this triumvirate? Well then, let us do battle now without delay. More than our freedom is at stake here, but our very honour, and this knight fully intends to reclaim his. Very, quite extreme, aren't you? Oh, and lest this knight forget, he is called Sir Gilman. He salutes you all on behalf of the Pyre Hearts until the contest. Sir Gilman, he is a once proud knight of the Sea Dominion on a self-made quest to regain his honour. And the Pyre Hearts, a triumvirate of Wyrm knights who perceive the rites as great battles to be won. Would make sense of a warlike race, I guess. He splashes out of view, just as the stars above begin to shimmer with strange light. So, some new adversaries to face in Wyrms. It'll be interesting to see how they play in a
relentless, aren't we, reader?
Yep.
Even the vastness of the sea was not enough to thwart your coming here unto the Hulk of Orus.
Orus.
You would be wise not to underestimate your adversaries here, despite their pitiable look. I am, of course, referring to the Pyre Hearts. These rites are but another war to them, and that makes you their mortal enemy. I expect your battle to be glorious.
Oh dear. So, this rite is taking place on the Hulk of Orus, then, not Oars. It's literally taking place on the deck of it, it seems. Huh. This'll be interesting. Your fellow exiles are gathered on the rotting deck of the Hulk of Orus. As your adversaries clamber into view, Ruki pulls up to them. Say, what are your worms even doing here? Can't you just swim back to the Commonwealth, or the Sea Dominion, or wherever it is you're from? Ha! An excellent point! It seems then that these adversaries and the rites are clever, wouldn't you say, sire? Oh, you're not the leader? Oh. That was quite a shift in voice for these two worms. Just get rid of them already, Gilman. As your commanding officer, this knight hereby commands it. Oh dear. Hark! This knight wishes to introduce his noble commander. No Wyrm knight in history has withstood as many frontline battles. Oh. It seems to be at odds with his voice. He seems a very craven sort. And you say he's taken part in many frontline battles, huh? Maybe he's just shell-shocked. Doff your helm, sire, as is our custom. May our adversaries tremble at the sight of you. Sir Gilman attends to his commander's mask despite his protests. Okay then. Wait! Give this knight his mask! He seems quite, he even appears to be quite craven. Also, on that note, are they wearing a helmet beneath a helmet? Well, a helmet beneath a mask, but still. I mean, very well, but... Oh dear. This knight hereby presents to you the great Sir Deluge, a noble visage, is it not? He is a petty worm knight of the Sea Dominion, who somehow survived countless battles. Oh, so he is a craven then? Oh dear. Very, two sides of the same coin, these two worms, it seems. Sir Deluge trembles and squirms. So, yes. You can swim, or no? Ha! Of course we knights can swim. All knights of the Sea Dominion can. But we are exiles in this land, the same as ye. We can swim, 'tis true, but 'tis summarily impossible to swim back up the river down with which we were flushed to end up here. Flushed, huh? Well, I shouldn't laugh. It's the same as us after all. Nay, there is but one way to return. Silence, Gilman! Nobody cares! Back to your post! Sir Gilman hesitates, but does as he is told. This knight knows who you are, Nightwings, and he is not afraid of you. Really? You don't espouse an air of confidence around you, Sir Deluge. He somehow climbs back into his mask and calls up to his full height. Now! On guard! The exiles of the Worm Triumvirate take their positions as you focus on the Book of Rites. The inmates shall begin. Reader, Edwin's illness means he cannot help us here. He shall be counting on us. Just like Rookie before. Another person has to miss a rite.
Begin forthwith.
That's not good. And also... okay. What about the others? Can this be upgraded? Oh, it can. Ooh. That's not bad. And... ooh, we can get more gold. Although, having said that, I haven't really used the lucrative contracts much to its fullest extent at the moment. Maybe now is the time to do so. I guess with the ones which raise your stats, you'll need to upgrade them more to actually upgrade your stats. Well, while I'm here, might as well put some in these. So I'll put one in the lucrative contract and then one in the Moon Crest. I'll leave this one just for later. Having said that, who are we going to take? Tizo hasn't been yet, well, in a while, and neither has Mai. I think I might take them.
May.
Shiru-sama?
I think I might give someone else the lucrative contract, though. Tizo's good with his implosion, but I don't want to have to banish one of my own to banish one of theirs, even if it does get me gold. Maybe Jodariel? She has quite a good aura cast about her, so... yeah, okay then.
Jodariel.
And finally, Tizo. I probably should have read that book more. I was hoping I would include his implosion ability as well. Although he does come back quite readily after he has been banished.
Tizo. The choice is cast.
Raha! Tizo doesn't seem intimidating in the slightest by Sir Gilman and Deluge. Well, certainly not Sir Deluge. I don't know about Gilman, though. Still haven't seen how Wyrms perform in the rites either. Gilman! Status report! What is the enemy's position? They now stand ready to confront us, sire. A very brave triumvirate they seem to this knight's eye. Brave? Air-sucking monsters, one and all! Pyre hearts, be ready! Oh dear, I think I may lose my voice before this playthrough is over. Anyway, let us see.
Now begin.
wow.
Your adversaries are the first to strike.
That was terrible.
Gilman caught out. That was the last of them.
Oh, it was, wasn't it?
Barely a mark against that flame.
That's right. Need to be further away to,
Sir Deluge caught out. Banishment for all. May's aim was true.
A bit more than last time. I'll take it.
This is the path to glory.
Oh, wow. Okay.
May douse the flame.
Gilman, your form is sloppy. Fight them as though your miserable life is on the line.
Well, isn't it? Otherwise, they're stuck to a life down here, aren't they? Isn't that a whole lot of fate? Your words do wound me, sire. This knight gives every right his best, his very, very best. Oh, perhaps we do have much to learn from such a brave triumvirate as the one whom we now face.
Whose side are you on? Get out there and vanquish them at once.
Our adversaries stand divided. Let us take advantage of this opening. Huh. Oh, wow.
There seems to be dissension in your adversaries' ranks.
Are they literally
It is
just going to
little
stand up
wonder
there?
these fool worm knights are no longer fit to serve the Commonwealth.
Oh, wow, they really are, aren't they?
Poor Joe Dariel.
Oh, wow. Oh, the moon crest does work. Awesome.
Alas,
However, my floundering around didn't really help much there. Oh, well.
now then. Ah, yes. Tis what the scribes ordain.
You have to jump over that, will you? There you are.
Someone there rose to the occasion.
Ah, they also seem to leave a trail behind them as they go. That's quite interesting.
To greater glory. Your victory is at hand. That Sir Deluge did fling himself upon the flames.
They seem to have quite an interesting play about it.
Poor little girl.
Damn.
Headlong goes Sir Gilman into flame.
They don't seem to be doing much damage though, which is fairly okay.
Yes. And it is done.
I seem to have gotten a little bit of help from the
The night
environment there,
wings prevail.
pressing me on a little bit further.
A victory so narrowly achieved, and thus more glorious.
Still
The
showing
rite
that I'm
is ended.
not as well as I should be, or at least wish to be. Gonna have to further learn how to better utilise Rodario, considering how slow her character is. The sea was making me a little queasy on it. Oh god, that was the wrong voice. The sea was making me a little queasy, honestly, but we still won. We won. I expected more from the Worm Knights of the Sea Dominion. They almost won. Please, Rodario, you're making me feel worse than I currently am. I did absolutely terrible there once again. Tizo is very pleased to have prevailed against the Worm Knights of the Pyre Hearts. This night commends you, noble Nightwings. Gloriously fought indeed, and this knight shall wistfully remember this defeat until the end of his days.
Silence, Gilman! This is all your fault, and now cohorting with our enemies? How dare you!
This knight was but attempting honorary compliment, sire. Is it not in accordance with the rights to place one's adversaries on a worthy outcome?
Worthy? This night shall show you worthy, you miserable little minnow. You are a failure, Gilman. Get now from this knight's sight.
What stirs now in the hearts of all these exiles?
Did anyone level up? No, not quite. That's fine though.
Until the next rite.
After prevailing over a Pyre heart after a few close calls, you at last return to the wagon with your companions. There is little discussion of the Pyre hearts, who seem to have already swum off towards wherever next the stars direct them. Instead, your fellow exile's attention turns towards your companion, who was absent for the rites. How is Hedwyn? A lone minstrel makes a sound, but no words form as yet. Something is troubling him. I urged him to remain bedridden. And he simply would not listen. Oh, ominous noises. That can't be good. I am very sorry, but don't tell me he's gotten worse. Wait, what? Everyone stares at the lone minstrel in stunned silence. Oh no, come on. It's too soon, isn't it? The lone minstrel breathes a heavy sigh. But then... Hey, what's with the long faces at all? It was all a ruse. He is fine. Hey, what's with the long faces, everyone? Minstrel, I should wring that neck of yours. As I was attempting to explain, Hedwyn is already up and about, despite my having strongly recommended further rest. Those that are unaccustomed to sea voyage and take ill, they are very likely to experience further symptoms if they do not remain bedridden, or at least sedentary. Hedwyn is running a considerable risk of having to spend another night in great discomfort. What are you, a doctor? Nay, although I travelled once with one, extensively. Look, I appreciate your caution and concern, Tariq, but I'm pretty well accustomed to discomfort here, and I had to see how things turned out tonight. I haven't had to stay out of a rite like that before. So, you're back among the living then, Hedwyn. I was just seasick. Yes. Does seem rather, extreme, considering he was only seasick and a bit nauseous. Nevertheless, your full recovery requires rest. I think we could all do use some rest after tonight. Anyway, thank you everyone for your concern, and I'm sorry that I worried you or caused you further burden. He turns to you. My friend, what do you say we figure out where to go next? I'm beginning to miss being on solid ground. You follow him outside where the night sky awaits. Hey, I wanted to thank you for conducting the rite back there without me being there. I could rest easy. God damn it. I could rest easy knowing you and the others would get through it. Anyway, I'll leave you to your reading. Can't begin to imagine where we'll be off next. We're well past anywhere in the downside I've ever been. Even Jody hasn't gone this far. He bids you a good evening as you turn your attention back to the sky. The stars shine down upon you. Seek again your destination. Further north, one would assume. Yeah? Yep. Seems we will just continue to go north and north. Trieste, the Silver Star. The Silver Star burns bright over the fissured lands of Black Basin. Oh. That one looked interesting. Another Titan, I'd have to assume. Still further north, then. Not simply north. This shall prove difficult. What's the problem? Our destination is beyond the deathless Tempest. A vessel such as ours has little hope of traversing it intact. A tempest raging in the Sea of Solace, seemingly for all eternity. The storm that arose after the death of the Sea Titan, unfathomed Plurns, never has entirely subsided. Once again, the Titans making life difficult for people. Can't we go around it? Given our confrontation with the Pyre Hearts, our chances back in worm-held waters would be even worse. Come on, people! It'll be just another day in the downside. Go get yourself some sleep while we still can. Bet you'll never feel bet you'll... Goddamn. Bet you'll feel better in the morning. I just saw Ruki and I thought again about the bell. Oh dear. Your optimism is infectious. Yes, Jodariel, I can see it on your face. Isn't it? You all concur that rest is in order. The sea journey has been taxing to everyone. Come daybreak, you shall have to find a way to sail past the deathless tempest. Who should converse with us? It's Tizo. He seemed to have something on his mind. Tizo has been in a rather cheerful mood since being out at sea, and seems pleased to see you. Tizo is grateful at having the opportunity to catch a fish, for old time's sake. Hey! It's a shame we sold it though. Tizo is asking if you want to know why he loves fish so much. Sure. You sense his inquiry is rhetorical in nature, so you anticipate his response. Oh. Tizo loves catching fish because he hates them and everything they stand for. Oh. Okay then. That was, not what I was expecting. He has devoted his life to the eradication of their kind, ever since they killed his family. What? Oh. Please say it ain't so. Please tell me this is another bad joke. He seems on the verge of tears, well, as far as you're aware, imps cannot cry. Oh, damn. Well, that's certainly put a damper on the mood, hasn't it? He then leers at you, eyes wide, expecting a response. It seems he told you a joke. Okay. How to respond to Tizo's attempt at humour? Tizo seems like he could use encouragement, assuming what he said was in fact in jest. Smile and nod. It was a noble effort, though perhaps you do not yet fully grasp his nuance on imp humour. Ignore it. Now is not the time for Tizo to be making jokes. You are on a very serious quest. No! We should humour him in his attempt at a joke. Although, was it a joke? Oh, that's dangerous. We could very much insult him and hurt him if it wasn't a joke. I'm gonna have to risk it. You must do your best belly laugh following Tizo's joke. He stares at you sidelong for a moment, please no. Tizo admits the real reason he loves catching fish is because Falconron pays a lot of soul for them. Oh. Yes, he does, doesn't he? He snickers back at you and bounces off. Hey, you gained a hope for the next ride. Awesome. Oh dear. Oh dear. Hey. Oh dear. Onward we go. Oh. I'm assuming that is the Tempest, isn't it? Yep. Onwards for Stormwall, I guess. Beyond lies the deathless Tempest, veiling the farthest reaches of the downside. Attempting to cross is a popular way to throw caution to the wind, and not live to tell of it. Well, it is called the Deathless Tempest for a reason. To the north is Ragged Rock. The current towards Stormwall passes by old carcasses of ships long gone. Ruki spotted wreckage in the area and believes there could be valuables to find. And to the south is Frostsea. It brims with large sea creatures. Yes, Tizo seems very eager to head the wagon in this direction. Perhaps to catch more fish. Though, assuming that if we go north we could find valuables there. I don't suppose that both of these destinations would lead us to valuables, would they? So we'll take Tizo's lead and go southwards and see what this has in store for us. The imp Tizo has been much more animated ever than usual. What is it, little one? Tizo seems to think something very delicious is in these waters. He keeps on screeching. I don't think I have ever seen him like this. Wait, what is he... Just then, Tizo dives into the waters and vanishes into the depths. Oh, I hope he can swim. Oh, that's right, you can't swim, can you, May? He can, but he appears crestfallen when he finally returns, his claws empty. Tizo is very disappointed that whatever he attempted to catch eluded him. May begins to sob uncontrollably. Oh dear. The two revel in each other's misery for a time. Oh no! Well, easy come, easy go, I suppose. Although that's worrying. The destinations we can go can also lead to bad things as well as good. That is quite shocking, to be honest. I did not realise. You and your companions look upon the deathless tempest. The stars demand you sail beyond it, yet the very thought is beyond reason. Then, something in the nearby water stirs, and from it springs something familiar. Oh, he's back. Hold, good sir and good ladies and good sirs. This knight beseeches you to hear him, if you please. What is it now, Wyrm? The rites are ended. We have no further need of you. Oh, but you do. And in turn this knight has further need of you, good lady. Out with it, then. Let us be joined! Let this knight join you, please! Can you believe this, Hedwyn? Not really, no. Nay, look ye not so surprised. Your valour in the rites did stir this poor knight's soul. He swears to you, upon his long-lost honour as a would-be knight errant of the Sea Dominion, that he shall serve you to the end. What about your other worm friends back there, the Pyre hearts? They are base cowards! Oh, yes. At least Sir Gilman's... No, not Sir Gilman's. Sir Deluge seemed that way, indeed. This knight can no longer abide such spineless character, having witnessed true glory on our clash upon the Hulk of Horrors. Never before have we been trounced so thoroughly. A carcass of the doomed exploring vessel Dazraban lost in the waters of the downside. Oh dear. And furthermore, this knight shall aid your passage through the deathless tempest. Is it not so that you seek passage to the north? With this knight's aid, you shall achieve your wish. Sir Gimlin continues to persuade you for quite some time. He seems to know a way to cross the storm, some sort of long-held secret among Wyrms exiled to these waters. Jodaria pulls the rest of you aside after Hedwyn gives her a look. Are you most sure that Sandwood would want this thing along? Oh, that was not the right voice either. Most sure. Sandwood would want someone for each mask, and this one seems about as good as we're going to get. Ah, you don't think very highly of him, do you? Jodario glowers back at the worm, who tries his best to look presentable. Hedwyn is more gracious. He tells Sir Gilman that if he promises to help you cross the deathless tempest, then he can come along. For now. This knight is overjoyed, and he hereby swears to see you past the storm. Yes, he does look quite happy about that, doesn't he? Though first, this knight requires your consent. Give unto this knight your blessings, in the name of the Nightwings, and thus shall he go forth. Okay? It is not clear to you what exactly Sir Gilman intends to do for you right now. Tentatively agree to what he is asking, so he can get on with it already. Might be better to ask him what he entails of us. As you begin to say something in response, Sir Gilman cries out in triumph. Very well. He vanishes into the depths, yet, through this close encounter with him, you cling to some sense of where he is going and what he intends to do. Oh? Sir Gilman is determined to help you cross the deathless tempest. Help see his mission through. Ah, we shall help him, it seems.